Bobble was released in 1986 by Taito, a colourful puzzle platformer. The game's designer Fukio Mitsuji wanted to create a game that was both thrilling and exhilarating, and hit upon the idea of the blowing and popping of bubbles as a fun expression of this. He also created a fairy tale setting for the game's whimsical cartoon dinosaurs, Bub and Bob. They were once boys, but were turned into brontosauruses, and their girlfriends kidnapped by the villainous Baron von Blubber. The game's opening exhortation, "Now is the beginning of a fantastic story. Let's make a journey to the Cave of Monsters," positions the game squarely in the realms of a children's storybook, with reminders of Bub and Bob's ultimate goal popping up throughout, their girlfriends trapped in bubbles. For a simple puzzle platform, the game's protagonists and the story are remarkably strong then. Mitsuji also wanted players to have a compelling reason to play the game in co-op. Bub and Bob truly complement one another with plenty of opportunities for strategy, herding enemies, setting up ambushes, and on the flip side racing for the best power-ups. Even the true ending is only viewable by two players completing the game together. Mitsuji also hoped the cutesy graphics might lead to more women playing games, and so that would be a shared experience for couples in the arcades. Fukio Mitsuji was a man who was passionate about games, new ideas, and the notion that ideas rather than technology should drive gaming forward. It's truly a shame that he died so young at the age of only 48. But his legacy is assured. Not only did he create Bobble, he went on to develop innovative sequels like Rainbow Islands and Parasol Stars that became classics in their own right. So how does the game play? Each level comprises a single screen filled with an array of bad guys, all with their own behaviours and varied attacks. Dispatching these by encasing them in bubbles and then popping them is the core concept, but finding a way to pop multiple enemies in sequence is an example of the game's depth. The more you pop, the more points you get. It's risk versus reward. Do you pop an enemy immediately or wait until several have clouded together? More points, but you give them time to potentially break free. And it's not just the enemies that are the head scratcher. The level design is intricate, so that traversing the various stages can be complicated later on with dead ends, tricky jumps, and the ability to fall through holes in the floor and appear again at the top, giving you movement options, but also leading to your demise if you time things poorly. There's also a punishing time limit. Wait too long and the enemies become enraged, moving much faster, and all too soon the invincible Skell monster, aka Baron von Blubber, appears to hunt you down. Can't get away from him. The game is littered with power-ups such as fireballs, lightning sparks, rapid fire bubbles and speed boosts, which all add to the idea there are many different ways to complete a level. The game's secrets can also lead to some genuinely triumphant moments. I was stuck on a level, for instance, completely stuck. Then the final bubble appeared, which spells the word extend on the left-hand side of the screen, granting me an extra life and immediate progress to the next stage. It was awesome. Secret doors appear on certain levels, and although certain effects may seem random, only one actually is, apparently, the appearance of the fireball bubble. Everything else is being tracked by the game, and some things can even be manipulated by the knowledgeable player. For instance, your score determines what food items appear at the end of a level, so you can pop bubbles until you get the score that you need, then kill the final enemy and get the items that you want. This, coupled with actual cheat codes that are inputted on the title screen, which was a rarity for arcade games, treasure rooms, other secrets, Bobble had an air of mystery back in the day. Quite fitting too, given the game's fairy tale premise. It's truly a puzzle to be solved and explored. High difficulty has been a running theme with the games I've looked at on this channel so far, but Bobble is the first game I've been unable to complete for my playthrough. The enemies move like lightning on later levels, and advanced skills are required, such as being able to blow bubbles at your feet and jump on them, and the ability to trap a mob, some at point blank range, neither of which I've been able to reproduce reliably enough to progress any further than level 71. Since playing, though, I've discovered that this may be due to dynamic difficulty, which scales as you gain lives, so things get tougher, enemies move faster, stay in bubbles for shorter amounts of time. So actually, I could have made things easier for myself by dying a few times. But it's just another example, dynamic difficulty. There's depth to this game. I've already alluded to the cute graphics, which are charming throughout, Bub and Bob in particular, and the sound design fits perfectly. Although the music does suffer from a lack of variety, it gets stuck in your head, it will just be repeating in your dreams. Actually, the gameplay will as well, you'll be dreaming about bubbles for days. In conclusion, Bobble, with its colourful graphics, cuddly characters and a fun premise, is a pitch-perfect puzzle platformer in my opinion. It's a game that is approachable by all, but tough to master and truly rewards players' skill. If you haven't given it a try, you must! Thanks for watching this video. Some more choices for retrospectives, reviews coming up on screen now. Also playthroughs on the channel, so do pop by if you feel like it. See you in the next video.